Ben?
Dan?
Yes.
Have you reviewed it?
I looked it over, yes. I only got it, I think Marvin only got it about half an hour ago, so, or, yeah, just about. So it's been a pretty cursory review. The only thing that I draw your attention to is there's an arbitration clause that we'd be waiving. If there's a disagreement on this, it couldn't be settled in court, it'd have to be settled through arbitration, which is not ideal, but that's something you should know about. Let's see.
Well, we could approve it pending their final analysis and suggestions, then couldn't we?
Yeah, we can talk to them, and then for the attorney to give his final deal. I just need to get it submitted as soon as possible. And you're gonna be out of town tomorrow, aren't you, Ben?
I'm coming back tomorrow.
Okay. Think you can have it for me by then?
Yeah. I can send you a review tomorrow. It might be 5 o'clock, but I can get you a review tomorrow.
That's fine. That's good.
Yep.
Okay.
If council's okay with that.
Do you have any action on 9 or 10?
Yeah,
Yeah,
No, I'd say do it. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Jim.
I make an approval that we enter into agreement with AT&T for dedicated internet and voice bundle for up to 23 channels, pending approval of the legal staff.
Then did you want to also make the motion on 10, or do that
So with that,
Yeah.
what do you
Make a motion to approve upgrade of existing SL 1100 phone system for city complex with a new NEC SL 2100 system that's quoted and installed with 5-year with Lone Star Technology, including parts, labor, and a 5-year warranty.
We have a motion and a second to approve the agreement with AT&T for dedicated internet and voice bundle up to 23 channels pending final attorney review, as well as to upgrade the existing SL 1100 phone system for the city complex with a new NEC SL 2100 system as quoted to be installed by Lone Star Technologies, including parts, labor, and 5-year warranty. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rod.
One thing I did want to, Chris, right?
Yes, sir.
You will not be upsetting any of us if you want to leave this boring meeting early. You're welcome to hang around if you want to, but...
I sit through our school board meeting.
Well, sorry,
I don't eat dinner there either, so.
Well, then we're glad to continue to have you. So, item number 11 is to consider approval of the request from the Public Works Director to expend funds out of the ARPA funds to replace collapsed sewer main at 2255 Roberts Cutoff. Gordon?
Mayor and Council, we received a call at 2255 Roberts Cutoff to investigate possible sewer main problem, and we did find one. It was about a 20-foot section that was actually crushed and collapsed, and so since we're doing that road work up in that area, one of the other things is that we believe that this line was behind the curb, so we felt it was well out of our way of the road work, and we could address it at a later time if it needed. I believe it is on our replacement plan for a future date, like 2026 or something like that. I'd have to look. But since it was behind the curb, we thought it was. And going in there, we found that it's 1 foot out into the street. So it's right underneath the curb and gutter by the street. So it does need to be addressed since it's collapsed, to access it and repair it in the future. And it's 415 feet. I compared the price. This is, an emergency pipe burst, and normally they cost more, but the price is in line with our current costs that we've been receiving per linear feet with the other projects that we have.
So my question is, it was on our plan, and I know it's not a perfect world and all that, but like, how many, we do our replacement based on how bad we think they are,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And so this one wasn't on our radar
No, sir.
for some reason. So and for probably good reason, but is it possible there's lots of things like this that's there that we don't know about and we'll just stumble across, or is this one unusual in some way?
I think there's things, the number of those things that are happening are truly diminished from the amount of work that we've done, because we corrected a lot of things. And I'm still looking at the we're about to finalize the last project, and once I do that, then I'm in a review of that whole sewer project and bring forth back how many lines we like in that the 10-year SSO process. It's going to take time to answer your question correctly. If I was to say, oh, no, we've got it, I could not answer that correctly. As far as there may be some until I review the previous work in full detail of the SSO plan and where we're at and compare it today. But to say,
a bad deal if we'd already repaid from the cutoff.
that'd been a repair, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to avoid.
Yes, sir. And a similar situation, since we are talking about this particular area and utility complex, we have come across that the gas company had plans to replace all their lines, so we delayed the project for about 30 days. And they're getting ahead of us and getting their new gas lines in.
Before we do this one,
No, before we do Robert's
before
project,
you do the paving?
the paving.
Okay, yeah.
So that it comes out from the property owner's 1 foot and then hits the street? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, instead of it being behind the curb and gutter where we thought it was, it's actually out in the street 1 foot.
And it's 400 feet long?
415, it goes from Sampson Circle all the way to almost to where you put that new sign on the Fort Worth property. It stops a little short from there. Catches those 5 homes on that side.
So back on that the gas line on Robert's Cutoff, we found that out because we had told them we were gonna repave or some other reason, or we hit it?
We had some conflicts there when we did excavation and looked for the lines ourselves, because we did line locates and everything. And the excavation where we potholed would be 10 to 12 inches, and that was behind the curb to where we measure that surface. Well, as you know, we work up on that hill, it's solid rock.
Yeah.
And when they took the top 6 inches off, there was the lines. They were barely covered up under the asphalt. And in doing some more investigation with the Atmos, is those lines were installed early 30s, 40s is what he said. And he said they were installed by hand digging back in that day.
So now we've got the equipment to cut through the rock and
Yes, sir.
do it the right way?
Yes, sir.
So is there, what I'm getting at is just, as we're doing other paving, is there any more to do to verify or check with these other utilities to make sure?
Yes, we do as much of that as possible, but everybody is swamped. But Atmos has confirmed that they'll stay ahead of us and get us reviews back quicker.
Okay.
We've already be submitting the merit project to them and the others as they come back and forth.
Okay.
But it's one thing we have to do as far as with the county. The county will not help us unless we dig that gas line down. They don't mind hitting my water line, they'll tell you. Oh. But they will not.
We do have a representative from the county on the line, Ms. Benoit, if you'd like to speak on that. I'm just kidding.
They're not gonna use the pipe bursting method on this line?
On the sewer line, yes.
Yes.
So,
They might not have had to dig up the street,
correct,
yeah, other than
the services.
I just don't want to patch it.
How does it look the other direction, or did they camera that? Do we know it's any better going back down?
When it turns and goes down Sampson Circle.
But is that,
That's not on our project list to do right now, sir.
but do we know if it's a problem or not, or did it? I
We
mean,
didn't-
I'm saying, can you run a camera down there and see if it's as bad a shape as this one, if they were all put in at probably the same time?
Yes, as far as the sewer lines? Yes, sir, I haven't had the opportunity to do that due to the staffing. But this does take care of the problem and does take care of it. out of the